What is a safe distance between one person and another to ensure that people are protected against the coronavirus? Well, that has been the question begging for answers for as the world eases restrictions despite the fact that COVID-19 pandemic continues to have negative effects on the society. While most commuters and travelers using different means of transportation defy COVID-19 safety protocols, some pretend to be compliant with the safety measure. TVC News senior correspondent Sharon Ijasan reports.
The airport to many is the fastest route to several parts of the world. It is also supposed to be the window through which visitors view any country. In January, TVC News exposed how touts in collaboration with some airline operators extort money from passengers at the local wing of the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos.
I thought, give me the ID card, let me collect your boarding pass, you go inside. This is something I'm not charging you yet.
On 23rd of March, President Muhammadu Buhari directed the immediate closure of the country's airport and land borders to enable government put appropriate policies and infrastructure in place to tackle suspected and confirmed cases of coronavirus internally. This is also to ensure that the situation is not compounded with more imported cases. On the 8th of July, Nigerian airport reopened for domestic flight operations after months of lockdown.
The airplane is hygienic enough. Once you have your mask, you are safe to remain seated on your seat. Where possible, we will keep the distance. So the air in and out is being circulated, pressurized, temperature raised, cooled, passed through the filter and gets to the passenger and he inhales and exits out on the floor. So with this, it is ensured that it's more hygienic to be in an airplane than to be in an operating theater in a hospital.
In my quest to find out the level of compliance to safety regulations at the airport, I took a trip to Abuja and Lagos. Passengers waiting to embark on their journey initially observed social distancing and used the newly installed hand washing facilities at the airports. Airport workers also took temperature of passengers and decontaminated their bags. From the entrance of the airport to the waiting hall, social distance was observed.
Exit air flights P4 7671 to Owerri.
With various marks on the floor to ensure social distancing, some passengers refused to conform. The airport management and airline operators, however, failed to ensure that social distance is implemented from the moment of boarding to the takeoff of the aircraft. Despite guidelines by the World Health Organization (WHO) and the International Civil Aviation Organization on seating arrangements to keep passengers safe during flights, it was observed that airlines are still airlifting passengers in full capacity.
We do a whole lot of eye service, a whole lot of packaging, and unfortunately, we do this to the detriment of our lives, to the detriment of our safety, and to the detriment of the flying public. But the moment you enter into that aircraft, you find out that there is no social distancing. Everybody is huddled together. They sit for 3 persons. If everybody sits 3 together, and you know that in a plane, it's almost like an occulted space. And so people breathe in what others are breathing out. There is an exchange of this all over the place. And I was afraid. When I was coming back from Abuja about 2 weeks ago, I was afraid. The plane was jam-packed to the brim. In fact, just like it was before COVID. What they have observed mainly is that one that would reduce costs for them. That one that says don't serve when the flight is on. So that one, they observed that one. But the one for the safety of passengers was not observed.
No one knows when you will be picking up the virus. It's possible that the virus could as well be on board, and it could be at the airport terminal. If you are keeping the social distancing while you are at the airport terminal till when you get on board, and this is not done on board, then it's as good as you are not doing anything. So it is expected that the control and then the people that enforce the social distancing should as well look into what happens in the aircraft and make sure that the enforcement also happens on aircraft.
With about 1,000 deaths reported to be caused by the coronavirus in Nigeria, it is safe to say that on land, in water and in the air, most Nigerians are not complying with safety protocols. During the burial or prayer for most notable politicians who died of COVID-19 as reported on television and in the newspapers, it reveals that many people, even at government level, are no more interested in social distancing.
According to research, COVID-19 may live on surfaces for hours or days depending on different factors such as sunlight, humidity, and the type of surface. Although the severity of illness may be different for everyone, anyone can contract and spread the virus. According to the guidelines by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, it states that the only way or best measure to slowing down its community spread is for everyone to keep social distance.
With the announcement by government that international flights will resume on the 29th of August, many Nigerians are concerned as such flights were suspended initially to curb influx of imported cases of the virus to the country. With over 51,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19 recorded in Nigeria, such fear may not be misplaced. Sharon, Ijasan, TVC News.